Good morning, everybody, and we're not ported yet. We haven't docked yet, but I'm assuming that this is Estonia. Not 100% sure, but I'm just gonna say that's my best bet because we haven't seen land in a day. So we are almost at Tallinn, Estonia. I'm very excited. I have no idea what to expect. We are also in the Baltic Sea. I don't know why that never registered with me, as that's the body of water we'll be sailing on. I don't know why I never thought of that, but it is so calm out here. It is ridiculous. Besides the fact that it's freezing, I have a sweatshirt on and jeans, and I will be wearing sneakers because we have lots of walking to do today. But it is cold, and I feel like I'm back home, which is fine. I love my home. I love Buffalo. It's chilly all the time, but was not expecting it to be this cold, which is fine. We've never done this before. So again, this is the Northern European cruise. So we're going from Copenhagen to Estonia to St. Petersburg, Russia, to Helsinki, Finland, and then Stockholm, Sweden. So again, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you do see all of these videos, because we're all learning together, because I know nothing about these places. Besides Russia, I know a little bit about it because I was born there, but it doesn't really count because I wasn't there long. Anyway, so here's our water. This is our view. Don't worry, I'll hold on to you guys really good because I don't have a strap on my camera, so you know, real daring right now. There it is. And ooh, is that scaring anybody? We have not seen land for quite some time. I actually think Estonia is down that way. There's a lot more going on down there than there is here. So, that way.
Not one single bomb was dropped. They knew very well that they would need the port for themselves. But that explains why later when we get to Old Town has come over very nicely. But then yes, in this city centers already have more damage. Now on the left, synagogue, somewhere behind the trees, yes. It was a modern one, yes. So we have at the moment more than 3,000 Jews living here. Attached to the synagogue, there's also a cultural center, a school. So such active cultural life. And then we left. We're passing the Tallinn University, and well, the main university of the country is in the second largest town, Tartu. That's where law, medicine, philosophy. But Tallinn University, that was put together from pedagogical university and technical university. So engineering and pedagogical subjects you can study here. But we are now, as I promised, we are now going to come already to nice areas. On the left hand side there's a Methodist church, one of the few of the modern churches. But this park or area where we're coming at the moment, that is known by the name Kadriorg. So if you translate it, it means Valley of Catherine, and Catherine as wife of Peter the First or Peter the Great. But in a way you could say we have those wooden houses because the Soviets didn't care. I mean, in Finland and Sweden they took many of those wooden houses down in the 50s, 60s, 70s and replaced them with modern architecture that maybe wasn't that attractive but more comfortable to live in. But for the Soviets, well, if there was a roof over their head, let people live. And now, of course, in a way luckily, now we have those wooden houses there, and now you can of course build anything or do anything with those apartments, local heating systems and so on. Now this area has become to value, and of course beforehand because it has this beautiful park on the right hand side there. So that is just the park of Valley of Catherine. It is some 200 acres of land, so really large green area. For example, you can see the Swan Pond there on the right, the body of water there. And every year they do something with it. I mean, either they plant new trees or flower, different parts of the garden they redesign. Last year, for example, they added this waterway. You can see there's like a little canal on the right hand side. So that kind of the water comes down and heads for the sea from here. So yes, Valley of Catherine. But in somewhere in the greenery there was also a small palace that Peter the Great built for himself. But as you are heading for St. Petersburg, then you are actually going to see palaces in much grander style there. So this is period of time. Yes, on the right hand side, the park area from another angle. But on the left, we're going to go parallel to the water. There's also a monument. You can see there's an angel with a cross pointing towards the sea. So the angel is pointing to a place where a ship was wrecked in 1893. And it was a Russian ship, and 177 sailors drowned. We are going to pass that monument one more time. What we are going to do now, we are heading towards the eastern part of town. Spa hotel. Well, nowadays, of course, casinos and sports facilities. Then on the right hand side, there's a building number 3. That was actually a church. Well, still is, but now it's one of the 3 congregations of the Path of Light. I mean, usually Estonians are Lutheran and Russians are Orthodox down here. But that church was in this sense exceptional, that was actually the only church the Soviets built here. Because usually the Soviets would close down the churches, but in this case they needed to again show that they were understanding and tolerant, and built a church for all the visitors here. And the church actually even worked as a bank in the 1990s, but now the church again. Yes, on the right hand side you can see how they're finishing up with the construction. They have really built new coast. So this year you can see what they have added. And well, as it is a very good location area, well, you saw the...
Wow. Look at that. Watch out, it goes, be careful. It goes uphill, be careful. That's so pretty. That's fine.
And then we'll drive it around.
Area, I mean the pink building, that's our parliament here. But of course the most eye-catching building is this main Russian Orthodox Cathedral of Alexander Nevsky. And as you are heading for St. Petersburg, of course you are going to see many churches in this style there. And it follows the style of those churches, only that it is not as old. It was built here just in 1900. And well, you can't escape politics, because look at the location. It's here on the central hill of the town, so it could be seen all over. Besides, they put it right across the governing buildings for centuries. So in the 1920s, after this war of independence, they were even thinking of taking it to some lower place. But common sense won, and they kept the church. And now it's really a beautiful church. You could also go inside and have a look. I'm not allowed to give you a talk in there, and neither are you allowed to take pictures.
Why's your hand? Put your hand there. You look like a nun.
During the conversation, your partner will be simply constantly looking at the tip of his shoes while he's talking to you. And then when you meet an extrovert Estonian, you will be looking at the tip of your shoes, kind of opening up. So, but not that much eye contact with us here. So drama school over here and ballet school across the street.
So this is drama school.
And now we're heading towards the main church. It was a long time it was the main church without the spire. And as soon as the Danish conquered us, actually they started building a church here at the spot. After all, they came to bring religion. Only that the religious men were not the ones to have the money, but the secular men. And so it took some more than 2 centuries to actually build a proper church. Before that, all the walls and merchants' houses started to rise much faster. So go back different time periods. As we now walk and you look at the houses here, then you can see that the houses, they are old, but they are not medieval. And the reason is quite simple. In 1684 there was a very big fire and the whole area burnt down. And then when you later get to Lower Town, then you see it looks more medieval. But Upper Town has its own charm. And those houses all used to be the former houses of the nobility. Of course, there was never such a person as an Estonian nobleman. Estonians were pushed out to serfdom, and the nobility was mostly German, but also Swedish, Polish, Danish nobility. And only, yes, actually finally they lost their power in the 1900s in this War of Independence. Started to lose it in the 1800s when we had the song festival and all that. And of course a German nobleman would also never marry an Estonian serf. But of course during the long winters things happen, and so genetically we are still mixed enough that it hasn't become a problem. But they had very nice life. They had winter residence up the hill, and all over the country they had manor houses. Each noble family had at least a few manor houses, the biggest had 10. But the upper town was just a winter place, so it had lots of nobility quarters.
Right now we are in the old town of Tallinn, and it is literally a storybook. Everybody was right. It really is a storybook. It is beautiful here.
And I said the other secrets, but it's notable that when it was
This one in the black. The history has so soon.
Here.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I love political nesting dolls.
That's so funny.
How much is the big one?
They have a Madonna one.
Oh, that's funny.
If you were looking, oh, Drew, look at, they have the character ones too.
You can see plaque keys on the wall. It says Eesti Vabariigi õiguskantsler, so Chancellor of Justice of the Republic of Estonia. The first word Eesti, E-S-T-I, that's how we say Estonia in our language. So when I see that word, it means Estonia, Eesti. And actually, there's another plaque that explains those the history of the buildings, as well as in Estonian, as well as in English. If you look at the Estonian text, you see there are no short words, except for ja, which is ja, which means and. But we don't have any prepositions, we don't have any articles, we don't have any gender in our language. You might ask, what do we have then? But we have case endings. For example, we have 14 case endings. And so we have, and also let's say you can say some of the words you can say short or long or very long, it could alter the meaning. So we have our means to, well, express ourselves, but it's different. So Finnish is also the same way, Finno-Ugric and Hungarian. But from Hungarian, we really don't understand anything. Just some of the old ancient words like hand or blood, they are the same. Only the melody of the language is similar Hungarian. So let's say if we hear Hungarian groups, they sound like Estonian. Or Hungarians have told me they go to a supermarket, they feel like at home. Although those melodies are changing, we're picking up the English intonations very strongly. For example, my kids' generation, they really speak with English intonations. I mean, first of all, we have the internet and YouTube and everything, but I noticed with them also because of Hollywood cartoons, for example, because mine grew up with those Ice Ages. And we usually we are a nation that subtitle, but with the kids' movies we dubbed. And then we had Estonian actors dubbing them. We had Estonian actors dubbing the movies, and then you had people coming down from Hollywood really making sure that the voices of the Estonian actors are as similar to the original as possible, and even not as if it wasn't enough, also that if they say a sentence it sounds like it was in the original. And even when they say that, well, maybe this doesn't sound very natural in Estonian, if you say it like that, like a question or something, then they would say still, please do it. And so of course they did. And our kids of course started to imitate those, and even sometimes I told my kids, well, it's a little bit strange how you speak. They say, no, you speak strange.
headed down now. We were in the old town. Now we're going to, I think, the newer town. I don't remember. But we saw lots of cool stuff. Our tour guide is... Oh, medieval walls. I just showed you. I don't remember. Some locals, you know, doing human things like eating. Weird. But, yeah, it's very exciting. We're finally on some smooth ground here, so that's very exciting. And yeah, we're in Estonia. Living the dream, got some nesting doll things and what's not. Bokapat.
Now there's a wall between. And that wall was built by the lower town in the 15th century just in case. In case upper town with all the political power might have taken too much interest in the wealthy life of the merchants down below. So they built the wall, and there was only two possibilities to get from one part of the town to the other. There was one of the two streets. So the one going down from here that is known by the name Long Leg. And then the other one going down from here that is known by the name Short Leg. So because of those names, Long Leg and Short Leg, of course, the town of Tallinn is said to have a walking disability, with one leg shorter than the other. Yes, well, the theme is quite exploited, because if you look at the wall, you see there's like a...
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Water spout there, yes. And both of those legs, they ended at the gate, and the gates were closed in the evening and opened in the morning, and Lower Town had the keys, so they were in this sense in control. But we'll take the long leg down, and next time we'll stop, we'll be through the gate, and we'll be already in the Lower Town. There are quite nice view at the facades of the buildings we just passed, especially the house of the Chancellor of Justice.
It is.
I can go for some corn.
I'm worried about it. Alright, it's going to be a long day. We can what? Oh yeah. So you plan.
Hold up.
Right. Hold up. And I think we need more just buses. I know. I'm going to lost it. Look at all these blinds.
Everybody.
Stickers don't stick.
Don't touch the lens. What are you doing?
When were you brought up?
Who touches a lens of a camera, Andrew? With your little sweater. I'm looking at you, kid.
Get those dimples.
Wow. And yeah, right.
What'd you get there, Mom?
Dimples.
No, what'd you get there?
There, I got a map of Estonia from 2014.
Wow. Ooh, oh, dog! Right here! Hi, baby! Whoa, look at that.
Remember Harry? Remember it was, oh, Boris Yeltsin.
So our tour is over. It was super awesome, very storybook-like. And now, there's our ship. Isn't that so pretty? So pretty. Bye, Tallinn. You've been nice. Love you.